Your legs are lying to you. That burning sensation you feel 3 minutes into a climb? It's not your muscles giving up. It's not bad genetics. And it's definitely not proof that you're out of shape. It's your body screaming a very specific chemical message. And once you understand what that message actually means, you can delay it, reduce it, and in some cases, almost make it disappear. Stick around, because by the end of this video, you're going to look at your next ride completely differently. If you've ever been dropped by a riding partner on a hill, or felt your quads turn to concrete halfway through a Saturday group ride, you already know the feeling we're talking about. It creeps in fast, it makes your pedal stroke feel like wading through wet sand, and it can turn a fun ride into a survival exercise. Most cyclists assume this is simply fitness. Get fitter, the burn goes away. But that's only half the story. The truth is that leg burn during cycling is caused by a handful of very specific, very fixable factors. How you're pacing your effort, the gear you're pushing, your breathing pattern, and your hydration status before you even clipped in. Today we're breaking down the real physiology behind that burn and giving you practical, evidence-informed fixes for each cause. This isn't about becoming a professional racer. It's about making your rides feel dramatically better, starting with your very next one. Let's start with the science, kept simple. When you pedal hard, your muscles need energy fast, faster than your body can deliver oxygen to produce it aerobically. So your muscles switch to an anaerobic pathway, breaking down glucose without oxygen. This process is efficient for short bursts, but it produces byproducts, including hydrogen ions, that build up faster than your body can clear them. As those ions accumulate, the environment inside your muscle fibers becomes more acidic. That shift interferes with the proteins responsible for muscle contraction and interrupts nerve signaling to the muscle. The result is that burning, heavy, stop-now feeling. For a long time, this was blamed entirely on lactate, but sports science has refined that understanding. Lactate itself isn't the villain. It's actually a usable fuel source your body can recycle. The real limiter is how quickly hydrogen ions accumulate relative to how quickly your body buffers and clears them. This matters because it changes the fix. You're not trying to avoid lactate. You're trying to train and pace in a way that keeps hydrogen ion buildup manageable, so your muscles keep firing efficiently for longer. Understanding this reframes everything that follows in this video. Here's a scenario. You hit a hill and instinctively you stand up and mash a harder gear because it feels more powerful. That instinct is often exactly backwards. Pushing a big gear at low cadence means each pedal stroke requires more force per contraction. Higher force per contraction recruits more fast-twitch muscle fibers, and fast-twitch fibers rely heavily on that anaerobic pathway we just talked about. Translation: mashing a hard gear accelerates the exact acid buildup that causes the burn. The fix is proactive gear selection. Shift down before the hill steepens, not after your legs already feel it. Aim to keep your cadence in a range that lets you spin rather than grind. Typically somewhere between 80 and 95 pedal strokes per minute for most riders, though this varies by individual and by climb gradient. If you find yourself standing and mashing every incline, that's a signal your gearing choice, not your fitness, is the problem. Many beginner and intermediate cyclists are also under-geared for their local terrain, meaning their cassette or chainring simply doesn't offer an easy enough option for steep sections. If you consistently run out of gears on hills in your area, that's worth addressing with a bike shop, because no amount of fitness fixes a mechanical limitation. Cadence deserves its own deeper look because it's the single most undercoached variable in recreational cycling. Low cadence, high-force pedaling burns through your muscular strength reserves and floods your legs with metabolic byproducts quickly. High cadence, lower force pedaling shifts more of the workload toward your cardiovascular system, your heart and lungs, which can sustain effort far longer than isolated leg muscles can. This is why you'll see many experienced endurance cyclists spinning what looks like an almost frantic cadence uphill, while newer riders grind slowly and burn out. Practically, this means training yourself to feel comfortable at a slightly higher cadence than feels natural at first. Try this on your next flat ride. Pick a comfortable gear, then simply pedal faster without pushing harder. And notice how your legs feel different from your lungs. Over a few weeks of deliberately practicing higher cadence on easy rides, your neuromuscular system adapts and spinning starts to feel natural rather than frantic. This single adjustment is often the fastest way to reduce leg burn without changing your fitness level at all. Quick pause, because if this is helping connect some dots for you, hit that like button right now. It genuinely helps this channel reach more cyclists dealing with the exact same frustration. And if you're new here, subscribe, because we're breaking down a new evidence-based cycling fix like this every single week. Okay, back to it, because the next section might be the most overlooked cause of all. Your muscles' ability to work aerobically instead of anaerobically depends heavily on oxygen delivery. And oxygen delivery depends on breathing mechanics. Many cyclists unconsciously breathe shallow and fast when effort increases, using only the upper chest. This is called thoracic breathing, and it's inefficient. It moves less air per breath and tires the accessory breathing muscles around your neck and shoulders, which can even contribute to that tense, hunched riding posture that further restricts your lungs. The fix is diaphragmatic breathing, sometimes called belly breathing. Instead of your chest rising, your abdomen should expand outward as you inhale, allowing your diaphragm to drop and your lungs to fully fill from the bottom up. A simple way to practice this off the bike is lying on your back with one hand on your chest and one on your stomach, breathing so that only the stomach hand rises. Once that pattern feels familiar, bring it onto the bike during easy rides, then gradually onto harder efforts. Better breathing mechanics mean more oxygen delivered per minute, which means your muscles can sustain aerobic energy production longer before they're forced into that acid-producing anaerobic pathway. It sounds almost too simple to matter, but breathing efficiency is one of the most under-addressed performance factors in endurance sports. By the time you feel thirsty on a ride, you're already dehydrated, and dehydration has a direct, measurable effect on muscle performance. Even a 2% drop in body water can impair muscular endurance and increase perceived effort. Here's the mechanism. Blood plasma volume drops when you're dehydrated, which means your heart has to work harder to deliver the same amount of oxygen and nutrients to working muscles. Your body essentially has less delivery truck capacity, moving fuel to your legs, so those muscles fatigue and reach that burning threshold faster. Hydration also affects electrolyte balance, particularly sodium and potassium, which are essential for the nerve signals that tell your muscles to contract properly. When that balance is off, muscles can cramp or fire inefficiently, adding to that heavy, burning sensation. The fix starts hours before your ride, not during it. Aim to drink water consistently throughout the day before a ride, rather than chugging a large amount right beforehand. During rides longer than 60 to 90 minutes, especially in heat, plain water often isn't enough. This is where an electrolyte drink or a hydration tablet supports your sodium and potassium levels alongside your fluid intake. As always, individual needs vary based on body size, sweat rate, and climate, so this is general guidance, not a personalized prescription. So let's connect these 5 pieces. Leg burn is fundamentally a chemistry problem, hydrogen ion buildup outpacing your body's ability to clear it. Mashing big gears accelerates that buildup by overusing fast twitch fibers. Low cadence compounds the problem by shifting load away from your more sustainable cardiovascular system. Shallow breathing limits the oxygen available to keep your muscles working aerobically in the first place. And dehydration reduces your body's fuel and oxygen delivery capacity before you even start pedaling hard. None of these fixes require you to be a stronger cyclist. They require you to be a smarter one. Shift earlier, spin more, breathe from your belly, and hydrate proactively, and you'll likely notice a difference within just a few rides. If this video changed how you think about your next ride, that's exactly why we make these. Make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss the next one, where we're going deep on nutrition strategies for long rides. Drop a comment and tell me which of these 5 fixes you're trying first: gearing, cadence, breathing, or hydration. I read every single one. And remember, This video is for educational purposes only. So if you have ongoing pain or a medical condition, please check with a healthcare professional before making major changes to your training. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.